Hopefully we're good. Put that under there. I'm gonna need that later. Hold on to it. All right. Yes. Welcome back to Unlawful Assembly. Yeah. Season 3. The power just went out a minute ago. It was really strange. I don't know why. There was like the wind picked up. I could hear the wind chime in the backyard. And then all of a sudden everything kind of like flashed and went out. So I'm hoping it's not some storm that's approaching that's going to knock the power out again, only to slow things down for another week or whatever. But yeah, I was hoping to get this thing built last week, but I messed around and didn't do it. And other things, life things, kind of got in the way of it. But today's the day. I thought it would have been cool to be an April Fool's thing, but sucks it wasn't. Because my April Fool's was actually spent. I went on a 3-day drunk and hooked up with a white woman with a mood disorder. It was terrible. But we're back, fully and honestly ready to participate in building a skateboard for the first time in a long time. What seems like a long time anyway. But got some kick-ass parts. I think I put out some pictures, put some vibes out, and I'm really looking forward to this one. You know, I'm also looking forward to, like, you know, showing off the whole trip here, man. Got different setup, Metatron's cube. Got some roses for my skulls, so they're pretty stoked on that. Brought my DJ cabinets out. Haven't had them out for quite some time. These things used to really rock the neighborhood, and really, I think probably when I moved here, the neighbors wanted me dead. Or I can imagine that they did. So I had just like split up with this chick. I was living on my own for the first time, my first house. Turntables used to just rock well into the late night, just bumping shit. Police would come over, shut it down. It was awesome. But probably not that awesome for the people who lived around me at that time. You know, there's only so much underground hip hop. I mean, MF Doom is awesome, and I'm sure most people appreciate him, but, you know, 4 a.m, MF Doom, all caps. When you spell the man's name, probably not the best, but it was the best for me. Anyway, I'm digressing. Yeah, I got those set up. I think it looks pretty cool. Metatron's cube, pretty cool. Kind of finished the paradox in the square, the Zentangle. I was going to put something else in there, but it didn't work out. I was going to hand paint something, but I tried and failed miserably, so ended up going with that. It's kind of nice, you know, the sacred geometry. But yeah, it's happening. And we're going to try to go back to the original format of, like, all the parts, talk a little bit about them. What's that called? Time-lapse build. I designed a beat called The Fire Pit. It's on the Minute Before the Witching Hours YouTube channel, so that's up. It's going to be part of the whole trip. That should be cool. Been working with some AI, trying to figure out different cool setups and pictures, and I've got this really rad, which I think is cool. Stole the Heaven's Gate away team patch and put Unlawful Assembly on there. ChatGPT is like a monster, man. It's so much easier just to do stuff and steal shit with that, man. I think gnarly. But yeah, here we are. The Fire Pit, Tom Knox. I have a couple of these. I'm doing the brown stain one because I think it really is the coolest. I have that blue full dip, and I was kind of stoked on it. And I thought about doing that one, but that blue is kind of softer. And it doesn't really match well with the parts that I picked out for this, but the blue cloak kind of matches a little bit better. This is a gnarly board. I mean, I think this was 89, I believe. I forget the original artist, where the inspiration for this. I think it was called The Ghoul. It was a sci-fi guy, the guy that did like I can't think of that dude. H.P. Lovecraft type of art that originally did this, and then a dude. What was the dude's name? Judd or Kevin Marburg reimagined it for Santa Cruz, and he did a really nice job doing it. But yeah, this thing has been out for quite some time. It's a really awesome picture. You think about all the people who saw the original Ghoul, all the people who've owned this particular board from '89 on, every time it's been reissued. There's a lot of history with this. So this one has to be done very carefully, in my estimation. It has to be done right, because there's a lot of very interesting ethereal energy that goes along with this one. You know, any thought that anyone has about this, it enters into the sphere of human mental activity that surrounds the planet. And that's a pretty big space to occupy. Hundreds of thousands of these have been produced. So many a person has stepped on these and done radical things. Many a person has stepped on one of these and done something terrible to their body. So there's a lot of pain, and there is a lot of pleasure inside of this thing. So it has to be done correctly to be able to put it together and be successful with it. And I'm hoping that putting it together in the right way will make it successful for me, because I'm looking forward to riding this one for sure. So that is the deck, the wood stain, Tom Knox fire pit with the Kevin Marburg re-visioning of the Ghoul. I'll remember that dude's name that originally drew this. It's like Finlay something or the other. But I'll remember it and I'll post it. If you want to see the inspiration for it, I'll find it. I think I posted a picture of these. Indy Can't Be Beat. The 78s, these are a stage 11 forged hollow right here. Blue anodized base plate, hollow kingpin, hollow axle, super lightweight. These are the 159s right here. Black bushing with the Spade logo. You can see the cloak, the anodized blue is good money. Really looking forward to that. These are a little smaller than what I'm used to riding, especially lately. You know, I typically don't go under a 169 unless it's a different kind of setup. I mean, I guess I have been riding those 875s, which is a 159 on the mini logo. So it's not too far out of the realm of possibilities, but I think the 169 would have been too big on here. And on top of that, they really don't make any cool 169s anymore. You know, they're not, the 159 seems to be like where they've been putting everything. So yeah, but the anodized blue and the blue cloak go together really well. And the blue pops really well off the brown. I think brown complements well. Ricta wheels. I think I showed these previously too in a picture. These are the 55, the Nunes. I don't know if you've ever seen this guy skate. He's got no legs. Those handrails, pretty sick. First set of Ricta wheels. These are a 55. So that's kind of in the wheelhouse where I like to be. This is a 99A, so it should perform pretty well in the park and on transition where I like to skate. You can see the blue core, also complementary brown colors inside of that checker design. So again, if we're talking about matching something up, that is it. For real. Bearings, got to stay with Indies. These are the Indy GPBs. I'm going to keep the shield on these to start, just because I've been doing a lot of shieldless, popping these off, and I have to be honest, that feels way faster to me. It feels way easier to maintain them. All I've been doing after a session on any one of my boards that have the shield removed, I just take them downstairs, fire up the compressor, and hit them with a little bit of compressed air to get the dust out of there, and they're just as fast. That slasher has been rolling really fast. So has the Jason Jesse with the street razors on it. Those are both GPRs, and they roll really well. with no lubrication, just no shield, clearing out the dust. There's a handful of people on each side that kind of will tell you, yeah, you need that lube for speed. I don't personally believe that. I think it's an accessory that skate companies probably wanted to sell at some point. Why not? I don't think it's like cheese on a cheeseburger, on a hamburger, I should say. It doesn't complement anything super well, because dry set of bearings rolls just as fast as a superior, lubricated set of bearings. And I don't even know if there's science to back up anybody's claim that says lube makes it faster. Might just be psychological at the end of the day. It's a psyop by the big bearing companies to sell seed oil to lubricate your bearings. But I don't know. Going with a 1/4-inch rise on the 55s. This is, again, my wheelhouse. If I'm going to get into a setup that I feel like performs well, it's going to have a 1/4-inch rise. It's going to have 56 millimeter wheels more than likely, but I'll ride anything from 55 to 59 on that. If I get up into 60, I like to have a 1/2-inch rise because my trucks usually are pretty loose. So I like to avoid the bite at all costs. So that's an Indy 1/4-inch riser right there. Precision bolts from Independent, which these used to be the cross bolts, but now they're precision bolts because cross is no longer a thing. Although I do have a couple of really giant, I don't know what I did with them, Indy stickers. I was thinking about putting one on there, but I was holding them up and looking at it, and I'm like, dude, I can't figure out how to even think about putting a sticker on this. For some reason, it just, I don't know. Like I've always said, my life would be way better if I could figure out where to put stickers. Just can't figure it out. I'm going to put some rails on here. Bone saws all day. This is like my new favorite rail. I don't know why. Probably because the last couple of slime lines I've bought have cracked. On the slasher, they cracked right at one of the screw holes. And it wasn't because I tightened the screw up or anything like that too much. I hand tightened it. And the second day that I skated it, I was just looking to get out of the bowl and bumped up onto the coping. And as I was rolling away after that, I heard the vibration. The rail just cracked. I've never really seen that. I've never had that issue with the rib bones, only with the slime lines. And it's happened on that slasher and on the Bod Boyle. And I've only ridden the Bod Boyle like 3 or 4 times. So I'm not really happy. I'm sure these are creatures, so they're NHS. They're probably made out of the same plastic, but I'm hoping that they don't crack the same way as the slime lines did. But yeah, I really like these. I like that they have the bone head on them. I like the name Bone Saw. I think that would be a radical tool to have. I remember when I was a young man, a kid, I was in Holland Meadows Elementary School. We used to always go to the battlefields in Northern Virginia. And there were vets that would come out there for our field trips and stuff, like veterans. And there was one of them who was injured by some sort of an explosive. I believe he was in WW2. He was injured by some sort of an explosive. He was stabbed with a bayonet, and he had x-rays of his leg. And after his leg had gotten so mangled and they couldn't get him back in time to save it, they had to cut it off. So he would talk about the saw. And we could write this dude letters. I wrote the guy letters, and one day I saw him outside of the building, and he was on crutches and he was smoking a cigarette. This was when we were like riding up in the bus, and I just happened to catch a glimpse of him. Like, yeah. And I thought, first I'd see him, he's like Superman. And then after I saw him just outside, smoking a dart, I was like, oh, he's just like a regular dude who just missing a leg or whatever. But he was still a hero, in a sense. But yeah, I think I still have some of the letters that I wrote him. I should actually get them and read them, because we make copies of them and stuff. And if you wanted to write them, before you got out there, you could kind of like ask him questions, and then he would come talk to you individually and let you know, like, hey, I read your letter and you wanted to know about this, or this. And I don't know. I think I asked him like dumb stuff, like what kind of orange juice he liked, and if he liked something. I was big on donuts back then. They had just put a Dunkin' Donuts like right up by Route 1, 6th grade. I think I asked him about whether or not he liked donuts, something. So yeah, I should have asked him what brand of cigarettes he smoked. I think I don't know. I feel like he was a lucky strike guy. Maybe something non-filtered, I feel like. But yeah, anyway, man, we should totally build a skateboard. We got everything's looking really cool. Everything's set up, and yeah, I think it's time. So, mob grip too. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the grip tape. I think I'm just going to measure it out and, maybe a circle. I've been vibing on the circle a lot lately, opening the circle, closing the circle of the lady, the circles that ladies have, that you open and close and go in and out of. It's totally a vibe. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, all right. So let's get down to business and make this happen. Build the skateboard, and I'll come back and show you the finished product of the Tom Knox Fire Pit. Indy 159, 78, can't be beat. Forged Hollow, stage 11. Ricta wheels, Nunes 55s, or is it Nunes? Nunes, I'm not sure. Indy GPBs, Indy 1/4-inch rise, Indy precision bolts, 1.25-inch creature bone saws. This thing is going to be sick for real. So let's get down to it. Oh man, so yeah, there it is. Finished product. Tom Knox Fire Pit. All finished. Indy 159, 78, can't be beat. Stage 11, forged hollows. Closer look. There's the Spade logo. Blue anodized base plate. 55 mm. I think it's Devin Nunes. I'm not 100% sure on that. I should have looked that up. It's disrespectful. But yeah, 99A cord Rictas. Excited about those. Genuine Indy parts. Indy GPBs, the blacks. That's what's rolling the wheels. 1/4-inch rise, 1.25-inch precision bolts, both independent. Santa Cruz bone saws. Oh yeah, there's the grip tape job from the front. Little circle. The circle opens. It's pretty rad. I wish I could have got it a little smaller, but the circumference of it with the lettering wouldn't have worked. So there's a little gap right there where the faces are kind of coming through. I'll take some better pictures of that. It's not perfect. It's a little bit rough around the edges. My razor or utility knife, what is that, art knife, wasn't exactly the sharpest it has been, but still, I think it came out pretty well. I think it looks pretty good. All in all, this thing actually looks super dope, and I am really, really happy with the way that it turned out. First build of 2025, season 3. Definitely a classic, definitely a winner. Really sick. Everything turned out sick, man. It matches up so very well. The anodized blue base plates with the blue cloak is all good, man. It's legit. This thing is going to be a killer. I hope it rides as well as it looks, man. Hopefully we'll get some weather to test it out soon. And I'm hoping these trucks perform well. Super light. I don't know if that's the hollows or just compared to what I've been riding previously. So, yeah, Tom Knox, Santa Cruz, 1989. Fire Pit. Beautiful. Perfect, I think. I love the way it came out. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I have to edit it up. and see if it does turn out the way that I think it's going to. I'm sure it will. If not, whatever. I'm just going to post it. It's not like I'm not doing this or it's not like I'm doing this for any other reason, just to have fun and to have a good time, because I enjoy skateboarding and I enjoy skateboards. So yeah, that's it, man. Definitely hooked it up. I'll try to get some pictures of it with the iPhone, get some better close-ups. I don't know if it's really going to make much of a difference. You see what you see and that's it. But yeah, I'm hoping, it might transmit well through photographs. Get a better idea of the parts, get a better idea of the color match. But yeah, man, everything came out really nice. Actually stoked on the wheel nuts too. The black wheel nuts with the black bushings, the black risers, the black hardware, the black bone saws, man. This thing came together for real. It is tough with 2 F's for sure. Yeah, I hope you like it. I hope you like the video. Try to stay on task and not ramble too much, although I don't have much to ramble about, not lately. I need to get out more. I miss my very good friend. I haven't seen my very good friend in some time, and I've been talking to her on the phone, text messaging her and stuff. I need to fix some things, because I definitely screwed some things up there that I gotta make better. Hopefully I'll be able to do that soon. We'll see. She needs to record an intro for me. But yeah, Tom Knox. There it is. First build, Unlawful Assembly Season 3. Got some really crazy stuff coming up. What is this? Oh, Welcome Rapture, dude. Yeah. This is the Dark Lord shape. I don't know. Maybe I'll build this. But I also have another SC build that I'm eyeing up, and I think, oh, look at that. Possess the Skate, Red Flake, dude. Nobody knows anything about that one. We're just keeping that one low-key on a secret. Well, the secret's out. But, yeah, I think the second one will probably be more than likely the Jeff Kendall Wolf. I have that one with those Summit BTGs with the red iodized base plate. I kind of have that sort of working. It's got an interesting little graphic on the top sheet that might need a cutout. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to take a long, hard look at that one. That one is different than, I've never really ridden that one. I never owned that Kendall Wolf that I can remember. It's never stood out to me as one that I grabbed at that point in the 90s. But yeah, I think I'd like to build that. I definitely have trucks for it, definitely have wheels for it. So kind of got to put some small parts together and figure that out. But yeah, I hope you guys dug the new setup. I really like it. I'm sitting here looking at it. I like the speakers and the Metatron's cube and everything. Looks it looked cool before, but it's kind of looking way cooler right now. It's actually kind of rocking a little harder. This section I'm not so sure of. We'll see how this all turns out after I edit it down and, get a really good look at it. Maybe this will be the new reveal area. It needs to be decorated a little more. I mean, a map of the US is pretty cool. And some artwork and stuff. But yeah, there's something here. I don't know. We'll have to find out and see. But yeah, thanks for sticking around. If you stuck around this far, check out the whole video. Pictures are next, and then hopefully I'll be back with an unboxing, man, or something. I'm waiting for that Ray Underhill to drop. Cross with the gold foil looks sick. Thought about getting that Christopher Height, the Pal Peralta when he went pro, but that Jack in the Box graphic is like completely fried. That's the worst graphic I think I've ever seen. Well, that's not the worst, but it's up there. It's up there pretty bad. That's a terrible graphic. But the board shape is cool. It's basically the sieve size, and it's a little cut off on the sides or on the tail, and then it's kind of got a older Tony Hawk style nose, but it's squared off in a coffin style. It's a cool shape, but man, that graphic is just terrible. So hopefully they'll make that in a regular flight graphic. I would buy it with the regular flight graphic for sure, but not that Jack in the Box, man. That's just terrible. Looks awful. But yeah, that Underhill I'm looking forward to. I don't know what Santa Cruz really has coming up. I'd have to look again at their summer reissues. Doesn't look like there's anything too crazy coming out or too exciting. I think it's all pretty much just like common players that you would add to your collection. The Roscop Eye, maybe that aqua color one. I think that's coming, but and the Slasher with the foil. I think that's not till fall though. So I mean, there's a few cool things that Santa Cruz is going to do, but I don't know. Everybody's saying like tariffs and all this political mumbo jumbo is going to increase the price of skateboards. Like you're going to be paying $99, maybe more for a deck, which is kind of nuts. But some companies are already doing that, man. I was scoping out like Brand X's website, and they're doing the Sims remakes and stuff, and they want like $250 for a set of wheels. There's some crazy stuff going on, man. You know, and they're doing these like make money for Jeff Phillips or whatever things, and the boards are like outrageously expensive. There's kook shit going on. So, and the Everybody Skate stuff. Has anyone seen those gigantic skateboards? Is that a? I mean, what's going on with that? I need answers. I mean, I have questions, but it might be just rhetorical, and I don't know what I don't know what the answer is. Those are kind of like, I don't know. I don't even have anything to, even compare that to. And I wonder how those skate. I wonder if they're actually fun to skate. I've seen people. I saw Tony Hawk do a slappy on one of them. I'd like to see him skate like something vertical with it or something. It's almost like the size of a snowboard or something. I don't know. What am I even talking about this kook shit for? But anyway, yeah, I'll have more stuff coming up, and I'll have another build. Hopefully, not in the next month, and hopefully I'll have an unboxing or two if they actually release that Underhill. I didn't really like the Bones Brigade stuff. I mean, the gold foil and the Hawk with the Iron Cross is pretty cool. I have a couple of Pal Peralta's pig shapes, so I really need any of those. And there's still some floating around at $130 a pop. It's kind of a little pricey, but yeah, no, there's not really anything like crazy good coming out that I can see anyway. Oh, and I got a set of Slappy trucks. I don't know where I put them, but yeah, I'll probably be working those into a build here pretty soon. Kind of excited to see how those work out. Yeah. So there's, stuff's working. As soon as this weather breaks, I should have some clips. I got to skate a little bit so far this year, pump track here, there, everywhere. This and that type of stuff. Got a little line working at Boyce the other day, but it's supposed to snow here tonight, so I don't know. It's gonna suck. But anyway, first build of 2025, first build of Unlawful Assembly, Season 3. Tom Knox Fire Pit, the Ghoul, whatever it was called. This is a rad shape. Indy 159, 78 Can't Be Beat, Stage 11, Hollows. Looking really nice with that blue anodized base plate, matching up really well to my man's cloak. Ricta 99As, the Nunes, I think it's Nunes. I would say Nunes, but let's see, N-U-N, Nunes? I don't know, man. I really should, well, sometime I'll look it up. But Indy GPBs, the blacks, Indy Precision Bolts, Indy quarter-inch rise. This thing's going to be high performance. It's going to be sick fast. It's going to destroy all. Thanks for checking it out. And hopefully I'll be able to talk to you guys again soon.